But when they make a joke, you start looking at them a little bit more seriously because you're like, there's something weird about how you said it and the way and the words you say it. I don't buy it. So
Abba, you're a veteran, right?
I mean, listen, I won't call myself that. I only did a few years, so no, I won't use that. But
okay,
go ahead.
Whatever. So what I was saying is, like, in the military, at least my experience, I was in the U.S. military. So what happened was we were racist as fuck, but we were racist as fuck in a way where we were fucking with each other. So basically, like, all the typical jokes, we were like fucking with each other, busting each other's balls, talking about how, you know, different people didn't have moms, or they did drugs, or they smoked weed if they were from Jamaica, or like I looked like Justin Timberlake or some shit like that, or ate too much fucking mayonnaise. Like that we were busting each other's balls along the stereotypes of our race. But then what ended up happening was we actually ended up fucking with each other more because we enjoyed each other's company along those lines. Exactly. The only thing that I think is a little bit different, though, was actually because of the war on terror. Like Muslim dudes or whatever, like anybody who was Muslim, they basically got shit on because we were fighting predominantly Muslim people. So the reason why I was asking is because you're up in Canada, right? So I kind of wanted to see if like Canada was the same shit.
Another one, disgusting.
Yeah, Canadians taking
getting
over.
in?
I mean, listen, the whole idea of like racism in the military and stuff like that in regards to humor, I have a lot to say about it, but I feel like I disagree with you heavily in what you're saying right now, so I don't want to go down that road.
Wait,
Yeah,
so you're saying we
buddies
don't
in
have to
the
go down the
military is
rabbit
also
hole,
not,
but
like,
you're
a public
saying
platform.
it was negative that they had those interactions?
Yeah. There's definitely some negative undertones for sure.
Okay.
There doesn't necessarily
another
have to
time
be.
then.
There's not inherently negative undertones there, but certainly if you're a new person coming into that space and you see that that's the dynamic without context, it can, you know, it's not going to be welcoming. It might be.
It got pretty fucked up.
Here, in a way, joining a military unit is kind of analogous to like joining an online community, because when you join a military unit, you're getting people recruited from all over the country being grouped up together. People from communities where there are no black people from urban areas, people from rural areas, and so you're finding out that all these people from different cultural backgrounds are making similar kind of jokes or weird jokes, but they're doing it for very distinct reasons. And so kind of similar to DGG in a lot of ways, people may be all making the same jokes, but not everyone's doing it for misogynistic reasons. But there's absolutely some motherfuckers in the military who, when they make a joke, you start looking at them a little bit more seriously because you're like, there's something weird about how you said it and the way and the words you say it. I don't buy it. So, but I don't like to get into that because I don't like to assign intent to a lot of people. And I feel like when you do that online, you get just shafted every day for it. But if I'm being honest, yeah, I looked at a lot of people.
Just as a quick thing, because this is just stuff that I've heard. I know there might be differences between the U.S. and Canada in terms of how you guys deal with it, because obviously in Canada you guys have a whole bunch of weird shit going on. But one of the things that I've heard repeatedly said is that like race relations in the U.S. military are really good. That like sexism is still a big problem, but when it comes to like race relations between people, like that's some shit that gets stamped out like pretty early. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard it repeated pretty often, and I have heard it repeated often like sexism problems still. So maybe it's different between like Canadian military culture and U.S. military culture, or maybe that people told me that were just lying. So I don't know.
Well, no. Sexism is a problem. I think the U.S. military is especially good and like even much better than like most professional and academic spaces when it comes to sexism and just like racial and sexual integration in general. Like in Navy boot camp, the very first person I had to take orders from was like a 5 foot tall like Filipino woman. And your boss could be.
I'll just say this as a final point, and then you go. I'll just say like, even though they may have studies and all that stuff, like I mean, you even heard about racial fights. You heard about there's a lot of wild stuff that be happening in the military that never gets reported or goes higher up. So the idea of race relations being great, I don't think they're terrible. I don't think they're like full on, but there's some wild stuff. And if you ask enough black soldiers, they'll tell you like, symbolic
communication language is uniquely human / homo. Thank you, Richard Bruce.
I want to make this point to Sneako for it cutting both ways. So I'm more with your perspective that I would rather be sexist and women be misandrist like fucking Stardust, so we can kind of shit on each other, so we can laugh at each other's expense, but then ultimately there's like a mutual respect that we can collaborate on and move on forward together. Same thing with race shit. Like I would like to be a little bit racist, my brother in arms be a little bit racist, and then we work together.
Well, ultimately you can't. White guys can't be racist the same way that I can be racist. It's not the same thing. And same thing, women can be openly misandrist and we cannot be at all misogynist or whatever the fuck. You can't make jokes or else people like Destiny come in, well, I don't want to foster a misogynistic community.
Everybody here would agree that's a problem.
That's how you get Twitch. you get Twitch a place full of simps because they encourage one specific behavior and they only allow one certain type of joke and they're trying to do something.
Okay, but as opposed to that, or that's how you get things where like you and AD are like fucking traumatizing some fucking poor Brazilian chick on Fresh and Fit. Like it's not like your side looks any better here. What do you mean?
Whoa, it wasn't AD. It was academics. Put some respect on AD.
Oh, my bad, academics. All right, bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.